once the NCAA legislated against that, I would imagine Bryant Hall just became an open shop, just like Observatory Hill or Newcomb Hall or any of the other dining halls.
Or any
I
of
would
those.
suspect that that happened. Uh, I would
At
suspect that
Cochran
happened at
Hall.
Tech.
But Cochran Hall
The-
right now is one of the best on campus dining facilities in the country.
nice.
They have like they got a waiting list for people to get in.
Oh, sure. So
It's
who do y'all
unbelievable.
use down there? Y'all have ARA? Who
No.
does the food down there?
I think
Marriott?
I think Virginia Tech do their own.
You
as
do it
well.
in house?
Because
cool.
their program is Tech has been rated #1 in the country for years now for local dining service.
Better food than JMU? Because JMU used to have real good food.
Yeah, Tech has been #1 for like that.
Oh, that's
thing
pretty
for a
good.
while.
That's
yeah.
pretty good,
Yeah.
man.
So,
Yeah.
so,
So,
they're good with it.
so let's look on the flip side. One of my friends is a big time academic. All right, she's got a medical degree. She's been to med school.
Mm-hmm.
What she was telling me was, she said, David, doesn't this mean the end of the NCAA as we know it?
Yes.
Oh my God, you agree with her?
Yes. Well, the end.
Because and the academics and the athletics, those two things aren't mixing. You see what I'm saying? It's.
Well,
I think that's the dream scenario. I just don't think the two of those things. I think it's an unholy alliance.
you want to know my compromise?
What's your compromise?
My compromise.
The Kennedy
is-
compromise, everybody.
Kennedy compromise is you don't have the players come in on scholarship, have them take out their loans. The 25 players. We're using football as an example.
Okay.
So they come in, they have to pay their own tuition.
Okay.
They got to pay everything this and that. So it's 25 guys.
hmm
Upon graduation, you have to split the profits that you made during the time that we were there. You
Oh
gotta split
no
the
no
profits
no no no. The
Minus
school,
whatever
no,
I took out for my loan.
Tony. Schools do not give money back. That's I can tell you that right now.
Okay, so if
That's
I,
it.
if,
I would
if
love.
came
I love
in-
your compromise, but
if
you
I-
know.
So so it cost me. It cost the school for me to go to school there.
Right.
Okay, so let's use it. I'm from Maryland. I go to UVA. $50,000 a year
Out of state.
out of state. 4 years. That's $200,000.
Okay.
Okay, so my class is 25 of us.
All right.
You just do the math because you're gonna have some in state, so it ain't gonna be that much.
Right.
So you do the math. It's gonna be
The
between
in-staters. The in-staters cost
anywhere
less.
between 4
Okay.
to 6 million.
Okay.
After those 4 years, let's break it down in how much profit did y'all make on my sport.
Well,
Now
that's
let's
that nobody
split the
wants to. Talk,
profit.
that's the part nobody wants to talk about.
You know why they ain't gonna do that?
Nobody
They
wants
do
to.
it because they want it to be on the individual. You
And
want your money, you gonna make your money. We're not giving it to you.
No, but see, I already paid you to be in school.
Exactly.
Right.
You've been doing it since the dawn of time.
No,
Correct.
but so if
now
I'm
you can just go make money.
so now that I'm not on scholarship, we in a deal. I don't need the likeness and all that. Let's split the money.
Let's give an example. University of Texas running back, former all-time leading rusher in NCAA history,
Ricky
Ricky
Williams.
Williams, was never on scholarship at the University of Texas.
Neither was Deion
Why?
Sanders.
Here's why. He was a drafted baseball player.
Baseball.
In the NCAA, drafted players cannot play at their school in that sport. So if you're drafted in baseball, you can't go onto the
He
field
ain't commit.
and get a scholarship to play football. You can't do both. So I would imagine the Philadelphia Phillies gave him a check, had him come to minor league practices, paid him his money, and then he had to pay, or his parents had to pay, his tuition.
The,
I think that's how that worked.
but the reason why the NCAA don't want to do this, and I had this argument with the tech people when they were trying to talk. I said, I know how much we did. We built a highway off of 81 into Blacksburg because back then it was like going down
You didn't need it. It was
301
going down-
and 214.
Or 29.
So basically, it's
Two
like
lanes.
it's like taking that highway.
It's a bypass.
It's like taking that highway and taking 95 and running 95 all the way over the buoy without 50 being there. Just running it straight over.
I mean, you could look
That's
at
what we built.
you could look at the
From
bigger two
all that
conferences
money of them making
of
money
that class.
off of us.
Well, yeah, it was your
They made
class.
so much money
Your
off
recruiting class was a very important one for Virginia
Yes.
Tech. You're one of the ones that turned
of us.
everything
But that's
around.
the Virginia Tech people. This the only thing I get on them about. Y'all are asses about this because y'all don't give our classes no credit for building something that we built something that is going to be there forever. And y'all don't ever give us no damn credit. That's why we look at you fools, and that's why we don't give y'all no damn money until y'all get those classes from 87 to 90. Until y'all give them some credit, the hell with y'all.
What class were you in?
I was an 88.
So 88, the guys I know at UVA that was 88 was guys like wasn't Sean Moore. He was there a year. He was 87.
More
was 86, 87.
86.
86, 87.
Yeah, I think it was Galloway, what was it? Colin Priest.
Okay.
Y'all, I forget because they all
Probably Jeff Carey, one
Hell.
of those guys.
on my visit in
Kenny Miles.
on my visit in 80
Yeah, shout out to Kenny Miles, by
my
the way.
visit in 87 to Charlottesville. The guy Jesse Jackson's son was on the
Oh,
visit with
Yusef
me.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was on my
Yeah,
visit.
it's a
That
buddy of
was-
mine. St. Albans High School.
Yeah,
Shout out to
He was
Yusef.
on that visit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
So, I mean, you look at the money the conferences bring in. I think last year the Big Ten Conference brought in something like $950 million,
Yeah.
and split that $950 million. A share went to every single school in the conference, even the teams that stunk.
Yeah,
the
they were,
teams were good.
They
that
were
all-
880
million.
million.
And the SEC was
S-
probably 900 million.
No,
they
the
went to a
SEC
billion.
was
They went to a
SEC
billion.
was 50 million less.
Oh,
They were
really?
840 million.
I'm surprised. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the Big Ten
The
as
Big
a
Ten
league,
is the big dog.
the big dog, right?
Yeah.
Those-
Moore, Sean Moore, these were 1988.
Those were the
They red
they
shirt.
were
There was red
them
shirt.
red shirt.
There's
Yeah.
red shirt.
But
Yeah.
yeah, all those.
But you're close. I mean,
You're
we
close.
get the general idea. UVA and Virginia Tech brought in big classes between 87 and 88 and 90, and that was basically the guts of what they were able to do. 90, 91, 92, 93, bowl game. I think
Sugar Bowl,
Sugar
National
Bowl, Gator
Championship,
Bowl,
all that.
yeah, all of that.
John Ford, Bruce McGonigal.
Oh,
those
wow.
are the people who graduated.
Those they graduated.
Graduated.
Class of 88.
Yeah, 88. We talking about.
He's talking about recruiting
who-
class
who-
incomings.
right.
Incomings.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
John
Bruce-
Ford is the wide receiver.
I
Yeah.
think, God, Bruce McGonigal. I don't know how did that dude ever? He was always open. Did anyone ever cover this guy? He was
One of
always
those
open.
things.
Keith McMean, 16 interceptions.
Yeah, he led the
probably
NCAA.
couldn't jump over a phone book.
Mhm.
And I mean, he was always there when the ball came down. So, Tony, you're bringing up some really great points. But I think the end of the NCAA as we know it could be a good thing. I'll say this. The NCAA is known as a very Byzantine and draconian organization as far as how they handle the athletes in terms of the punishments that get handed down. Let's see, Des Bryant goes on a dinner as a student when he was at Oklahoma State, he goes on a dinner with Deion Sanders. That in and of itself was not a violation. But the NCAA found out about the dinner, started asking Des questions about it, and Des lied about the dinner. That's why he lost 8 games out of his senior season, okay? He got suspended for something that was not even a violation. What kind of organization that says that it's about students first would handle a college student that way? And by the way, Des Bryant was not allowed to be questioned with a lawyer. There is no due process in the NCAA. You do not get an attorney. You do not have the right to remain silent. So it's not the same thing as what we would normally expect in a court of law.
So let me tell y'all something. All the NCAA did with this NIL is play chess, because Dave, we can get a board together with the AAU and run the NCAA, and replace them and run the conferences, run themselves.
Yeah, I could do
The
it without
only
even
thing
getting.
the
I could-
NCAA do is coordinate the.
well, these are
Tournaments.
these are college presidents and ADs that are all working together.
Yeah, but the NCAA, we don't need them. You really don't need them when you got your conferences running yourself.
You
All I
start-
got to do is coordinate with each conference how we're going to do this tournament.
You know, you're starting to sound like Jerry Jones trying to split off from the NFL. That's what you sound like.
No, but
Because Jerry is crazy enough to try.
What you're talking about is you stop making waves on stuff when you need to be quiet, because what's going to happen is these people are going to look over and say, Cody runs the Big Ten, I run the ACC, you want to run the Pac-12. Why do we need Joe Blow over here?
Why do we need the NCAA?
Why do we need the NCAA?
Well, that's the
The,
interesting
the
thing. is
HBCUs
people
don't
are
need the NCAA.
well, the
I would
NCAA.
create my
Well,
own.
as bad as the NCAA treats the HBCUs,
I would
they
create
would be
my own.
right to split off.
I would
Okay,
create my own.
they would be right to split
But
off.
you know, people laughed at me 10 years ago. I went down to the CIAA tournament, And I
there's
told
there's
Status is a big
there's
thing.
there's a bunch of legal and ethical snags that this whole situation can run across. The NCAA smooths over a lot of them, but people are trying to ignore kind of things that happen
Yep.
along the way. I would say this, Tony. 5 years out, how many kids by percentage would be making money off of this names, images, and likeness?
what do you consider money?
Any money.
Well,
$1. It could be $1.
Well, I think 100% of them gonna be making $1 because everybody comes from some town that you can get somebody to give you $20.
Endorsement, a
The local.
Okay, okay.
Listen, because these kids, see, this is different. 25, 30 years ago, when Cody was just born in 91, let's go 30 years ago. What we didn't have was this.
Mhm.
So we could, these kids now can go on and start a GoFundMe or do whatever, and they can get money
They
from
keep
the
it- they can keep the
local
money.
pizza shop, the local whatever. They're gonna keep money. They got cash out.
I mean, prime example is you look at a guy like Juju Smith-Schuster, and there's actually a notable kicker who was one of the best kickers to ever come out, who got his scholarship and rights to play in the NCAA taken away because he refused to disable his monetization on his social media. He was making
Okay.
money on YouTube videos by kicking 75 and 80-yard field
Oh,
goals
I remember that kid.
He's
Yeah.
he's massive online. He's got
It's got like a
hundreds of
million,
thousands of followers.
hundreds of that. Yeah.
And the NCAA told him, in order to keep playing and get on the field, you need to demonetize your YouTube so you can't make money. And he said, no, I'm making almost $100,000 every couple of months. You're out of your mind.
You
And
remember?
they kicked him out the league.
You
Kicked
remember
him out
that?
of school, took his scholarship.
You remember that punter, Ed Bunn? You remember that guy? I think he played at Fresno State or somewhere. He's one of the number one one of the punters in the country. You know what his part-time job was? Because you really can't have a job. Off season, he was a freaking repo man. You know how dangerous that is.
Yeah,
That's a pretty dangerous job.
It depends if you understand your ground state. It's real
Yeah,
big.
you could get.
Yeah.
That's an easy
Yeah,
way to
you-
get shot. And this is what he was doing to make a few bucks. I mean,
That's like Juju Smith-Schuster, though, on the other hand, too. I mean, that guy, the year he got drafted into the league, had hundreds of thousands of subscribers on his YouTube.
Right.
And was making YouTube videos, walking around campuses, and
listen.
walking around wherever. Couldn't make a dime off it.
if Zion Williamson, when he got to Duke, this is even before he went pro. When he got to Duke, he had 1 million followers.
He's the biggest robbed NCAA
He
player
got
since
robbed.
NIL.
No, he got robbed.
He would have made the most money out of anybody.
What is Duke accused of paying him? Is it $50,000 or $100,000? It's not a lot. It's not a lot of money.
Whoa. So if this comes in, then they're gonna have to do like they did with marijuana and go and start going back on people who got suspended
So they
or who
gotta
gave
get
their Heisman up. That's
they
why
gotta give Reggie his Heisman.
Reggie
Well,
Bush
wait a
go
minute.
get your
Wait a
Heisman.
minute.
He asked for it,
The NCAA does not regulate the Heisman Trophy.
the
they
Heisman
don't.
Trust.
The Heisman Trust. Now, see,
Okay, so Heisman
there
Trust.
you go, Tony. That's
Heisman
right.
Trust. Get that man his thing back.
They probably should. I mean,
Do you
all
think
things
they'll retro-date things like this, though?
they might have
They
to.
did it for marijuana for people for expungements when they
Yeah,
went
And
past
those
the
are really,
well,
those are.
Not always, because there's still a lot of
There's
people.
still a lot
Yeah,
of people.
but-
They won't get them all. We can't get them all.
But for regular, just small misdemeanor marijuana things, you can do an expungement
Yeah.
and get them off your record.
Yeah. Like
But
if
do
you.
you think
Congress did.
NCAA truly
They should.
will retro?
You know why they should? It's because
It's the right thing.
right thing
I
to do.
agree,
It's the right
but
because
that's a lot of money they're
there's
gonna pay out.
ADs sitting
But
around right now
it's-
talking about we can get rid of y'all.
I would say
We don't
this.
need y'all.
It's the family. It's a family name thing. It's
That's a lot of money.
restoring the record of a person, male or female, whoever, of their good name. You should be allowed to keep your good name
Daggone right.
and have it in good standing.
The only reason
And
I
we-
look at it is
I know I sound like Michael. I know I sound
No,
like
no, no,
I know I
no,
sound
no,
like Michael
no.
Corleone in front of Congress,
You know why?
right?
You know
But
what he just said? Destroying your good name. You know why that's history? We're gonna give you a little bit of Maryland history. There is a thing when somebody messes up your name, they say that you made my name Mud. Well, the Dr. Mud who fixed the guy who killed Abraham Lincoln, years later, they went back to restore his name. So that word, that phrase, your name is Mud from Southern Maryland, it shouldn't be around anymore because Mud's name has been officially cleared
Right.
140 something years later.
that's crazy. But that's a good point. That's a good That's a historical fact.
I just feel like with the numbers, I mean, you look at, say, one graduating class, of just the athletic players who could have made money.
Mhm.
You're retrodating. You're going back years.
Well,
Like, how
well,
far do you
well,
go back? I
well,
mean,
wait,
like, who's to
well,
say?
well,
Well,
hold
no,
on.
I'm not
Hold
talking
on.
about give them
Hold
money.
on.
I'm talking about
Hold
go
on.
back and the
They just
record.
credit.
Right.
Credit
Hold on.
them from the
And,
records.
and before anybody from the University of Tennessee gets it in their mind that they're going to forgive Phil Fulmer for his crimes, hey, y'all did that. Y'all were caught
Y'all,
red-handed. Y'all did that. Okay?
But-
Y'all guilty.
but he's right about Zion. Zion was the first one to take advantage of all the social media and the hype.
Yep.
Because I've never seen so much hype over Duke made.
Duke
made
made
so much money off
Duke
that dude.
made no
They
question
Had that NIL.
when
When
Zion
Zion
was a
was
senior in high
He
school.
probably would have stayed. He
I
probably
would
would have
say
stayed in
the
Duke.
kid would have stayed at Duke. And
He would have stayed in Duke. He would have stayed
He
more money. He
would
would.
have
Well,
had
you
so
know what?
much money
Well, think about it.
just off
He
the
had
college
a million followers. All he had to do was monetize his IG and say, everyone that watches, give me $1.
Well,
'Cause, I mean,
IG's a little different. He would have to go to
well,
YouTube.
okay,
'Cause
go to
IG
YouTube,
Just
yeah,
came out
yeah.
with their type of.
but he could have done a GoFundMe and just say, all my followers, just give me $1. And he had 1 million followers.
I mean, he could have just taken it to the research triangle and said, "I'm showing up here every Wednesday night
I mean,
to these different places, and
the
y'all
guy
give
was
me."
Oh my God,
pathetic
yeah.
with Dunks. He could have literally sold dunk videos for clips for $4.99 a
He
piece.
could have got a $20 billion deal from Dunkin' Donuts.
Anything.
20 million from Duncan.
He could have got a $20 million deal
20
from Dunkin'
million.
Donuts.
That's crazy. What,
And still went and got something with Gatorade and whoever else,
oh yeah,
you
I mean
know?
he's gonna get that.
He
That's the
lost
thing. He's
a
gonna
lot.
get that.
He
He
could've-
Actually,
if this would've been a couple years ago,
staying in college for him cost him money.
cost him money. So, so when folks hit you with all this other stuff,
Mhm.
hey man, it's about connections. It's about getting your grades and all that other stuff. But hey man, if people making millions of dollars off of you, you gotta make your money too. Don't be mad at what they say.
Well, I will say that it's glad that it changed, and it's
Don't hate the
for
player.
people in the future. But that also goes both ways, though.
Well, look at it this way, guy.
NCAA can say the same thing about the people that were trying to get retro dated. Hey, look, don't hate the player, hate the game. That
And
wasn't
you know what? I'm not mad at NCAA. Y'all made money off all, but guess what?
Generational money.
But y'all made generation money. But now it's get back time.
Yep.
Well, yeah, the rabbit's got the gun now.
Yeah,
Ain't no fun when the rabbit's got the gun.
It's
So-
get back time.
Oh
man.
no, it's. I would say this. Every small town that's out there, like a place like, let's give you a name, and the reason we're using the towns that we know about are these are guys we went to school with, gals we went to school with. Brunswick, Virginia. Brian Stith gets signed to come to UVA. The biggest car dealership in Brunswick, Virginia would have fronted him a car.
Oh my God.
I can guarantee you that.
Oh my
Right?
God. I
He's
can
Brian
make cars
Stiff.
right
They
now
won
for kids.
state championship. And Brunswick, Virginia is not a big town. It's
Mhm.
like a single A school. So for a kid from a single A
Free
school,
stuff.
for a kid to go to from a single A school to go to an ACC
School
school
back then.
and start
Back then.
from day one,
Yeah, that was.
and then
good.
go to the NBA, have an 11-year career, make some good ass
that car
money.
dealership.
That
was-
car dealership would have gotten their money back 100-fold.
So
You
would-
give it, and he went to UVA. It's a Chevy dealership. You give him a Chevy Cavalier, and you keep it stepping.
So
Marketing, baby.
So your question
Marketing.
is how many of them gonna make money? And what people gonna say is, well, there's only gonna be 1 or 2% that make a whole lot. But a whole lot to a college
Welcome to
student.
America.
Listen, if you give a college student $50 a week,
Well, that's why I mentioned those classes.
it's money.
It's-
Because even the kids that aren't in that 1 to 2% can
Yeah.
do things like
Yeah.
those camps.
Yeah.
100 a
They'll get,
week.
you know,
100
Camps.
guys
Sell my jersey.
in a college
Anything.
Give
town.
my wristbands away. Do
In a
whatever.
college
they
town.
pay for appearances.
Unless you're talking about,
Events.
unless your college town is New York, LA,
Mhm.
DC, but $100 a week in Charlottesville,
Oh, it's gonna
I could still do well with 100 a
Well,
week in Charlottesville.
Charlottesville is more Northern Virginia now than Blacksburg.
Oh.
Blacksburg.
Wait a minute, Charlottesville's expensive?
Charlottesville's way more expensive than Blacksburg.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't been back in a while.
Charlottesville look like a suburb.
So I'll eat ramen noodles and
No.
bologna because that's what I was eating anyway. Ham and cheese. Tony, ham and cheese.
But
Yeah,
now you
but-
ain't got to worry about
No,
buying
I'm
it 'cause you
peanut,
got money
I'm
for
peanut
it.
butter
Amen.
jelly man. But guess what they have now that we didn't have?
What?
They got that daggone Dollar Tree.
Dollar
Dollar
Tree. I'll live in
Dollar
there.
Trees are beef.
Dollar Tree, Dollar General.
So
Holla
you-
at your boy.
You give a college student $20 a week or $50 a week. That's extra.
That's real money.
They put that on Cash App tonight. They good.
I would say this: make it non-taxable. Just make it
This
non-taxable.
is where it's
Now
going.
that's one
Yeah.
of the snags I was
That's
talking
where the
about.
snag.
You still got to claim it. Legally.
That's cool. Claim it,
Well, how
but it's
much
got to
you
be.
putting on that Cash App?
But it's got to be non-taxable.
Well, Cash App does it for you.
Yeah.
They'll send you a W-2.
Yes.
if you get down
Once you're
to-
over a certain
Well,
amount.
if you're
Yeah.
over a certain amount of money. But see, these cats gonna be smart. I mean, you gotta get
Yeah.
them on the table.
When I cash
and
out,
you're gonna give them a little cash out.
you know.
But
and you're gonna give them girls.
Well, yeah,
I
you know,
bet you
if
that
you-
IRS
if-
is gonna crack down on a lot of these.
If you're the type of fellow that likes to cash out,
There's gonna be a lot.
if you like to cash out your
That's why you
girlfriend,
start your nonprofit.
if you like to cash up your girlfriend that lives in Vegas,
Hire a financial advisor.
yeah, you're gonna need a hire a tax attorney.
Yeah, you better.
We're not giving tax advice, but hire a tax attorney,
Yeah, you
okay?
better
Because
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 they
IRA,
will get you. For
because
that $100 a week, they will
hey,
get you.
there's three.
yeah, that's
there's,
$400 a month.
that's-
That's start adding
there's-
up. Now,
there's
now that $20 a week they ain't gonna touch you.
There's three people whose money I don't mess with: the I, the R, and the S.
Mhm.
Because he comes with a subpoena,
Mhm.
okay?
You
And
think
a
that's
lot
the
of
people
times-
gonna take
It's an
your
arrest
arrest?
warrant.
They didn't put Wesley Snipes in jail for that,
They
did
was trying.
they?
Shut up. You
Hey,
kidding?
Find them a lot of money.
Hey man, listen kids, don't worry about it. We had a president that didn't pay anything. That was just there, and he okay.
Well,
He
wait a
living
minute.
all right.
He didn't pay.
So
he
you
didn't
okay?
He didn't pay his taxes and he filed bankruptcy.
So
How do you get to do
you
both?
guys are gonna be good. Don't listen to him. He made America great again. So you guys just let him. You can do what he did.
Listen, the federal government right now is just trying to figure out how they're going to regulate legal marijuana so that the government can make their money. That's what they're trying to figure out.
You know what's
Because
gonna be messed up?
once they do, it will come fully
What's
legal.
gonna be messed up is when the kids start getting marijuana and cannabis deals in the NCAA.
Oh wow!
What they
Well,
gonna do?
it's
As long as
only-
they piss clean, it don't matter.
Honestly, it's only a matter of time before one of these beautiful young ladies that plays, I don't know, volleyball or swimming, decides she just gonna run herself an OnlyFans.
Oh, I
It's-
can show you a couple.
Oh, I can guarantee you they're out there, but these aren't girls that are actually on teams or what. Oh, dude.
Let's not put them under the bus.
We're not gonna put them under the bus. But
You talking about the pretty
They out
girls
there.
gonna start doing OnlyFans? Well, the guys, you can do
Start.
OnlyFans too.
start.
Well,
I think they're doing it.
in that case, I'm gonna put my kitty cats. I'm gonna put OnlyFans and see what happens.
You can do anything on OnlyFans. I'll be on there cooking.
And see, that's the thing. OnlyFans actually just changed their demographic.
Change their
to-
monitor.
Yeah, to
change.
not only be something that's more of a scandalous site, but to be more for a fan.
So
Yeah.
I can put my kitty cats on there.
So
We
if
could
you
go on
like-
OnlyFans.
Just like Dave said, if you like cooking, you can go on and cook a different recipe
Oh,
every
we
day,
can go on
and
OnlyFans.
people will
We could go on
subscribe.
OnlyFans.
Hey, folks, make
That's
sure
how
you-
we monetize it.
Hey, folks, we're going to be on the field for the Dallas-Pittsburgh game a month from tomorrow, from
OnlyFans.
yesterday.
We'll be
We're
on
going to be on the
OnlyFans.
field,
We're
OnlyFans.
gonna make some
We're
money.
going to be down on the field for the Dallas-Pittsburgh game. Is August 5th.
It'll cost
You
you.
make sure y'all tune into us. We're
It'll
going to
cost-
find a way to go on
It'll
here.
cost you $29.95. What's up?
Exactly. And we're gonna be
$29.95.
right down there, right next to HBO. So when they do all the shows, they're gonna have to show us on the thing. So we're gonna be there live from Canton a month
Hey, man,
from yesterday.
We got to get Uncle Luke on the show. That's who we need to get on the
We're
show.
gonna get a whole
Because he'll be
bunch.
talking about. Because Uncle Luke has been talking about monetizing these athletes for a long, long time.
You know who you need to get on the
Because
show.
Uncle Luke has been monetizing them down in
You
South
know
Florida
who-
himself.
You know who you need to get on the show.
Who we need to get on the show, T?
We need to get the top dog in the whole country, which is Jerry Jones. That's my goal, is to get him on here because I'm gonna go right at him.
See, Cody and you against Jerry Jones, and me trying to keep y'all from beating each other up, and I'm not. I can mediate a lot of things, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
I can't be here for that.
I already have to. You see, that's the thing. You got a Redskins fan in here.
Oh no, that fan doesn't
Jerry
come
gonna get
out.
mad.
That fan
Jerry-
doesn't come out him because
Jerry ain't gonna like
Jerry
it.
gonna offer him that what's that gold?
Yeah.
That gold.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, man, get this gold and get this cigar. He said, I know you're Redskin.
Oh, I
fan,
know
but
Jerry.
Son, we want you to come on down.
I
We
would
just
say
seen your
this.
blog. We want you to blog for us. Are you still a Redskin fan?
Jerry
No.
Jones is as, Jerry Jones is as
I'm a
close.
Cowboys fan for pay.
Jerry Jones is as close to Don King as you're gonna get in the NFL. Parker,
That's
he
why
is.
they-
He brings everybody into the tent.
And that's
I mean,
why they did this.
You
That's
love
why
him.
they doing
You
the-
love him or hate him.
That's why they doing the HBO thing. But the fun thing is, folks, TD Report
They've
is going to be
done
there.
Hard Knocks twice. This will be the
Twice.
second
This is
time.
Third time. This is
Oh,
the
I'm
third
a
time.
big fan of them doing Hard Knocks.
Third
This
time.
is the third time doing Hard Knocks.
No, second.
This is 3.
Wow.
This is going to be 3.
Most
Pull up all
teams
Hard
don't.
Knocks.
Most teams don't want to do Hard Knocks.
Well,
Mhm.
because they go into a dysfunctional team most of the time. That's what
Yeah.
makes it inherently good television.
Like a team that will
That's
fight.
right. They
Teams
go-
that fight it.
Exactly.
But you know what, folks? Don't listen to these
Most
folks.
of the time they come out
Don't listen to these
doing
folks.
it more.
The reason why they doing it is something called money and ratings. You either love them or you hate them. And if you don't either both, you're going to watch them.
Oh, I just
Tony.
hope they show out
They
know,
gonna show out on it. It's gonna be crazy.
Dysfunctional.
Okay.
It's gonna be dysfunctional. It's gonna be. But
guys,
guess what?
this
In
has
the
been
end,
a
you gonna
great
be watching.
crossfire. This has been a great crossfire on the TD Report. Guys, hit the subscribe button down below. It's right here. Appreciate you joining us.
1 month from tonight,
1 month from tonight.
we're gonna be at that game.
And by the way, training camp start up in 3 weeks, Cody?
Well, the Dallas and Pittsburgh's training camp start up early
Because
they got the
they
first
have
game.
they get the Hall
But
of
we're
Fame
gonna
game.
be on site live. We're gonna find out how we're gonna go live from YouTube and Facebook.
We
while
got to
we
figure
on the
that out.
field,
We got to get our
while we
yes.
on the field doing the game, doing everything. So Marvin Chambers, my man, I love
Marv,
you. Marv,
Appreciate
you
you,
did a good
brother.
We need to say something about our condolences to the goaltender who was killed
Oh man.
last night in the hot tub with the fireworks.
Oh, that was awful.
Yeah,
That was awful.
to his family.
July 28th.
Is when Dallas go in. No, but Dallas and Pittsburgh go in before that.
Well, 27th through 31st.
Yeah, that's everybody else, but Dallas and Pittsburgh have a special date.
Yeah, they get a
go-
special date.
I
'cause
think they
have
go in a week
I'm
earlier.
just saying Washington.
Washington.
Yeah, I think
So
Dallas-
open to the public
See-
on Saturday, July
And
28th.
they're
See
still
where
down in
Dallas goes
Richmond.
in.
Still down in
Because
Richmond.
Dallas and Pittsburgh got an
Yes,
open
down in
date.
Whispering on 2401 West Lee Street in Richmond, Virginia, on the 28th,
Nice.
Saturday the 28th.
And
It's
I
open to the
think-
public.
We're
on a side note-
next week we'll give you all the dates
And
when
next
everybody
week
going.
we'll talk about that. But next week I want to do what we'll do next week, guys. And my Redskins fans that watch the show, my WFT fans, we have not been ignoring the Dan Snyder thing. Here's the issue. The reason I didn't want to bring it up on tonight's show is there might be some changes or there might be some developments on that. We definitely want to talk about that when we have all the information. I want to make sure that we have our ducks in a row before we talk about it.
Yeah, before
but what
we do
happened
it.
with the WFT was basically instead of a written report, there was an oral report given to the commissioner. So nobody's really sure exactly what came out, what didn't. But at this point, Dan Snyder is basically smiling because the fine isn't prohibitive, and his wife Tanya is going to run the
but the
day-to-day
10 million
operations.
goes towards things that with kind of with the Me Too movement
But that's his
things.
pocket. But for Daniel Snyder, that's not prohibitive. That's pocket money.
Yeah,
That's nothing to
I
him.
understand that, but it's some of those groups need that money that's going to be coming in to help them. That may be a difference of a woman, being able to move from an abusive home, or whatever.
Okay,
Look,
I
I'm
dig
not-
that. I dig
I'm not
that.
trying to take your thing or whatever else, but we gotta give credit sometimes. Now, technically, he should be able. So he should. They should have made him sell a team because they made your boy sell a team for talking about blacks. But what they didn't make
And
him sell
women.
a team and women.
And women.
Yeah, but they didn't make this man sell a team.
You're
and
talking
they
about
had all.
you're talking about Jerry Richardson in
Yeah.
Carolina.
Yeah, but the other one
In the NBA?
NBA.
You're talking about Donald Sterling.
Donald
Yeah.
Sterling.
Yeah. Well, Jerry Richardson, what he did in Carolina was pretty it's pretty grotesque. He had jeans day at the office, and he would comment on the women whose jeans weren't tight enough,
That's
like directly to them.
correct.
July 22nd is when it counts.
But what we want to do is want to thank everybody that watched tonight. Very impromptu show. What we're going to do is we're going to try to put this one also, not just on YouTube, we're going to try to put it on Facebook so that everyone can watch.
Yeah.
But what do you guys have as a parting shot tonight? Nothing? Cody has nothing.
Other than
What you
the
got,
training
Tony?
camp, make sure you buy your tickets.
Oh, you're going to need
They're
them.
free
The-
fan
the-
tickets.
the
You
image-
But you got to get them though.
The image and the licensing namesake stuff. My parting shot is just, guys, be very, very smart about who you're dealing with and trying to do this. And
Call us.
understand the
Call
stuff,
us. We'll help you.
And understand the stuff with the taxes, and then if like he just said,
Don't jam yourself up.
don't jam yourself up, and the parents need to kind of be smart
And to
about that.
piggyback off of that, any of these young kids that we deal with regularly, even if we don't, reach out to us if they need ideas
Yes.
or ways to make money.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, and
'Cause I got one. Oh, I got one for Brody.
If you need ideas,
I got
to
one
make
for
money,
Brody.
We're
we
talking
I already got
about
it.
that.
Already got an idea.
Yeah, I don't want.
We're not gonna say it over the internet.
Reach out to us.
His mom's name is Terry. Terry, give us a call.
Yeah, give us
We
a
got
call,
you. But yeah, I got some great stuff for Brody, man. Some great ideas, some marketing ideas. All he got to do is win the Campbell though.
Yeah.
He's got to win the Campbell Trophy.
So that's
Easy,
my
that's
thing.
easy for you, Brody, right? You got
That's
that?
yeah,
Okay,
that's my thing.
my man.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, please. This is the TD Report. I'm your host, David Combs, here with Tony Kennedy and Cody Bennett from the Bennett Report, Bennett Breakdown. Cody, when are we going to start those Bennett breakdowns? because you have to
They're
get our
coming out
guys
very soon.
ready. You got to get
Yeah.
our guys ready for
Very
for
soon.
fantasy
The-
drafts.
I'm gonna say the last week of July.
Perfect.
Okay.
Right when the
I'll-
camps are
yeah,
opening
so
up. This is great.
Right when the camps are opening up, I'll have a lot of your highlight players at camp, your
Great.
standouts so far,
Okay.
and then
I love it.
Come August, I'll have a mock draft that
Mhm.
we can run over as far as guys that I think should be targeted.
Okay.
That's normally how I do it, and I'll release a report that we can share on here as well. through the
Logan
links.
Thomas. Get Logan.
All right, guys.